we here? Is that the people at the top?
Is that the people?
No, are they with the note and the things? Is that people?
Yeah.
We're live on your channel, Cruise Monkeys Q&A. So will everyone get that notification now that it's on it to know? Welcome again.
Yay, we're on.
Hey. We'll just wait for some people
Finally.
to find us.
I think. Yeah. We'll wait a short while for people to join us. We'll just wait a minute or so.
We've got 8. People are coming. 7. We're coming. We're all here.
That was a nightmare, wasn't it?
That was awful. We had literally our internet. We got to 8 o'clock and everything stopped. Went downstairs. The router was just flashing red. It was like the internet had dropped off. It's a nightmare. So sorry about that, everyone.
So we'll give it until 1:15, and then we'll start from the start.
Yeah. Give everyone a chance to get here.
Hope you've all got wine, by the way.
Yeah, you might need it. I know we do.
Thank you for everybody who's been here since 8 o'clock, by the way, and is kind of stuck with us.
Yeah, you're so patient. He says, Andrew Lawn says we were worried. We were worried, like loads. If we miss your comment, please forgive us. We're trying to skim through really quickly. We can just about see it on the side here. So
Jim and Deb can hear us and see us, which is good.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, definitely. Lizzie's in. Yeah, nice. Right, I think we'll start. Otherwise, we'll just end up going on way too long.
So basically, we've decided to do this live because we have a backlog of vlogs and footage and everything. My phone is just jam-packed at the moment. So basically, I've just decided to do a live, just to have a little catch-up with you all, just to give you some feedback on our recent cruises and let you know what's coming up, what's going on, and just to say hi to everybody because, well, we've never done this before. Things might go wrong, as we've already seen.
I've just seen, sorry to interrupt you. Bob, thank you very much. That is amazeballs.
Oh, what's this now?
Super chat.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
I have no idea what's going on. This is happening so fast.
I work in IT, so I should know what I'm doing, but I haven't got a clue.
Honey is currently sleeping on a little bed by the door at the moment because she's a bit big to be on the couch at the moment. So,
Google and Rob, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So as Luke said, we've got a lot of catching up to do really because summer's been a bit crazy. We've done 4 cruises so far.
Yeah.
We're getting mini cruise fatigue because they've all been mini cruises.
Normally we love a mini cruise. It's a great way to just get away, have fun, celebrate things with your friends like birthdays, or just to get away and have a bit of fun. But because of all the COVID restrictions at the moment, and to be fair, we did do 2 cruises, one after the other within a week. It gets pretty tiring. So we are really, really looking forward to the fact that we've got Regal Princess next week, and it is a week-long cruise. We're really looking forward to it. Really looking forward.
So I think we'll start with what we've been up to this summer.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cruise Boys, by the way.
Cruise Boys.
I've just seen an orange thing come across.
Thank you. That's amazing. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah, no.
We'll start off with what we've done this summer. Because we've done Virtuosa, Britannia, and Sky Princess, and then Virtuosa again.
Yeah.
So we started off in May. We were on the first cruise out of the UK.
Yeah, the very first cruise.
On Virtuosa. That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely loved it. I mean, as you said, MSC, we always have loads of fun on board. We love the ships, the facilities. They're fantastic. We absolutely love it. That was a fantastic cruise. Really, really, we were buzzing when we got off. Well, we weren't buzzing when we got off. We were nearly crying, but we were buzzing on it.
It was everything was about it was perfect. It was the first cruise in 16 months. We met some fabulous people. Cruise Boys, first time we met you on there.
Yeah.
And then we met Pete, who we'd spoken to before. Emma. There was loads of people on there. And I'm going to forget people, so don't be offended.
Please don't be offended. Yeah.
That was our first cruise. Then we did Britannia. Oh, we were due to go on Virtuosa at the start of July.
We had so much fun on Virtuosa. We pretty much got off, went home for a week, and then decided to rebook. And what happened was we were caught up in the whole fiasco of easing of restrictions. And apparently after the 21st of June, the capacity of the ship had been increased to over 1,000 passengers and the government weren't going to allow it. They changed their mind. And on top of that, MSC decided to adopt a policy where you then had to have 2 vaccines to board the ship, which we'd only had our first one. And in fact, the bit that really got us was we literally had our second vaccine on the Monday, and we were due to sail on the Saturday. So we were so close. We have to wait 14 days since your second jab to go on the cruise. Yep. So obviously that didn't happen. It got cancelled. And this was due on the 3rd of July. And then as it happened, we just happened to flick on, compare the cruise or whatever we normally go on. And there was a cruise on Britannia for my birthday.
And so it was super cheap.
It was so cheap.
It was 170, I think it was. But we had we had some onboard credit. So it brought it down to like 140, 150 pounds. It was really so cheap.
And then we ended up opting for a balcony because it was so cheap. And it was our birthday and Scott's birthday. So it just worked out perfectly. Hence, we then ended up on Britannia.
Yep.
So that was a fun little escape.
Yep.
Again, COVID policy and everything. We had to go through all the tests and all the rigmarole and the stress of not having COVID to get on board and everything with work and things. It's quite difficult. And then after that, we waited.
Saying that, we'd booked Sky, hadn't we? Way in advance. That was a long.
That's right.
Booking.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So we booked Sky. We've been trying to get on Princess for about a year and a half
since 2018 when we went to Royal, to be honest.
And it just hadn't happened. We'd Crown cancelled. I don't even know, they changed ships around.
Yeah, because we were supposed to have gone
Enchanted cancelled.
Scandinavia first. We were supposed to have done. Then we booked like a mini cruise around to Guernsey on Grand, and we booked Enchanted. That got cancelled. And most recently we've just had another one cancelled, but we'll touch on that in a sec. So yeah, we had a few cancelled.
But Sky Princess just blew us away.
Yeah,
it was amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, our first episode of the vlog went live at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you haven't seen it, watch that after this. It was just so much fun. It's a long vlog.
Yeah, it is quite long, but there was a lot to cram in. And being our first cruise on the new cruise line, I mean, I hope it just comes across how amazed and how excited we were. The buzz on board was phenomenal. It was just fantastic.
So a few days after that, we then got on Virtuosa again for our second cruise.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. Let's just leave it as
very
it was interesting.
Yeah. Things weren't as they were when we left, to be truthful. And we kind of appreciate that some people may have watched our first vlogs and seen it and thought, wow, this is amazing, gone on it and found things to be a bit different. And as a bit different, I mean quite different.
Yeah, no,
there were quite a few queues, to say the least.
It took us 3 hours to board Virtuosa,
which was a bit of a dampener given how short the cruise was. I mean, overall, we had a good time going back on Virtuosa. We wanted to go back to Ola, and we did. We loved it. And we wanted to go and see a Cirque du Soleil kind of show, and they've got a new shows on there at the moment, and that turned out really, really well. That was really enjoyable, and it was a nice little brick with a fantastic cabin. It was a balcony cabin looking over the wake. It was really, really nice. Quite a spacious cabin. It had a sofa and everything on it. It was a good cabin. So it wasn't the worst.
There was just a lot of queuing.
Yeah, which kind of put a big dampener on it, and
I think a lot of the COVID protocols were causing the queues.
Exactly,
and it wasn't good. It's probably our least favourite cruise of the summer, but that was just because it was busy. And we've been on busy MSC. We know we like MSC because when they're busy, they're fun. But because of the whole COVID thing, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, it's made it scary and it's made people frustrated, and it wasn't all down to MSC. You had a few passengers who didn't want to abide by the rules, who were determined not to wear masks. And I'm sorry, but they booked the cruise and they knew on booking the cruise that masks were needed, and they just didn't take the advice. And they were trying to constantly bend the rules just to suit them, and it just didn't work. But unfortunately, they were so short-staffed as well, due to COVID protocols and previous outbreaks on board, that the staff couldn't actually deal with it and manage it. So people were just getting away with it. It was a shame, really. But, we made the most of it. As we said, we had a good...
We always make the most of anything.
We had a good few meals in Ola. Fantastic. We enjoyed the Cirque du Soleil type show. It was really good. Although the one we originally booked was cancelled for some reason. Yes. And we had to go...
It was still
the
good.
other one was still fantastic. It was really, really good.
I'm just reading through the comments quickly now. Sorry.
Bear with people. We don't want to.
Johnny and Will. Anybody. Hi guys. They loved their cruise on Sky Princess last week. Cruise with Amber. Sky Princess is an amazing, beautiful ship. Yeah, completely agree. Brits on the ship. Hi guys. Love the Sky Princess vlog. had amazing time with you guys on there. Didn't we?
It was
that was
so nice.
That late night. What was it? 3 o'clock in the morning? 4 o'clock in the morning? I don't know. All I remember. I don't remember it, but the video shows it that I left my phone behind or something and walked away. So
I edited that bit out.
That was lucky. It was lucky I didn't lose my phone on that one.
And I love that app. I really love that app.
You made the most of that, didn't you?
So easy. So easy.
So someone who's led us high seas escapades. Hi guys. They were led astray by cruise around, but yeah, it's the Welsh people, isn't it? We lead you astray. That's the problem. So I'm just going through that. Loved to Cruise with Gary. Loved paid shows on VH1. Yeah, we only got to do one, unfortunately, but yeah, it was really good. You loved it.
I really enjoyed. I mean, I don't normally do that sort of show, to be honest. I'm not one of these sort of people that go to a show and stick it out. I always sit right at the back, and if I get bored halfway through, I feel like I can just sort of sneak out because I don't want to be rude and get up and walk out. That's rude. So I always sit at the back. Yeah. On this occasion, this MSC one, I sat there the whole time. I mean, I did get another cocktail, but I mean, it was brilliant. It was really, really entertaining, really engaging, and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot, especially with the screen going across the top.
Mm-hmm.
It really
and the flying from the side and stuff.
Yeah, it makes it all very interactive and engaging. It's great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Just looking through here, we've got a question. So Cruise Boy says that, if you want to ask a question, put question at the start.
Yeah, it makes it easier to see.
We've already got one question from Britain Ship, and we've also during the week I asked the questions on Instagram. So what we'll do is we'll get a Britain Ship's question done first, and then we'll go through the Instagram questions, I think, because there's loads of them.
Okay.
So you try out many cocktails on your summer occasions. Yeah, don't we know it? Which one is your most memorable?
Well, I did really enjoy.
Can you remember your cocktails?
I can't remember my cocktails. That's a good question as well. The 24 karat gold, is it margarita or martini? Margarita, I think it is, on Princess. I really enjoyed that. That was nice. I sunk quite a few of those. I always like my staple strawberry daiquiri, pina colada, and if I can do a half and half mix, the Miami Vice, I'll go for that. I always go for that.
What were you drinking on in Indochine?
Oh, now that was strong.
Indochine martinis, was it? Something like that?
Yeah, there was an Indochine.
I don't know what they were,
it was an Indochine martini, and we tried that, and it was strong. And if I'm saying it's strong, it must be strong, but it was nice, and it went down very easily. And
he kept bringing us, and as soon as he bought us another drink, we'd order another one because it was short-staffed. It was hard to get a drink, so we just kind of kept ordering them.
But yeah, they stood out. Has to be said, those margaritas,
the frozen
margaritas were amazing. We literally worked our way through the menu. I think I preferred, was it the passion fruit one in the end? The passion
Rita.
Passion Rita turned out to be one of our favourites. That was really nice.
Okay, let's just go through. We've got another question from Tim, I think.
Yeah.
Question: now that you can fly to the US, are you planning a cruise from here? Well, I suppose that, one of the questions we've got later on answers that, or and I think Gary's asked the same thing as well.
About first question,
it's about Discovery Princess. So our next cruise is Regal, which we're joining next Thursday, which we're really looking forward to.
And after that, our following cruise that was booked was on Discovery Princess, which was due in March next year.
Right,
that was our cruise for next year. And we were originally booked on the second cruise because we were going to do the California Costa, but we cancelled that because things were getting a bit
and then we'd leave as well was a bit of a problem.
And things like that, So basically, we booked on that, and now we've recently had that cancelled.
Last night,
literally last night.
Last night, our Mexico part of that cruise was cancelled, unfortunately.
So we're really disappointed. However, we'd like to go from America. We enjoyed the Caribbean, and we'd love to spend more time over that side of the globe. At the moment, with everything the way it is, Northern Europe, maybe Bay of Biscay, possibly a 14-night down the Med and back. That's probably about as far as we're going to probably go in the immediate future. I think basically we just want to sail from Southampton,
but we'll be doing more from America, definitely. You know, the Caribbean is we really enjoyed it. And what we did find though is it was a 7-nighter, so by the time we travelled over, it killed us.
So we wanted to do. That's why we booked a 14. Well, it wasn't 14; it was 2 cruises back to back, and that's why we done it. Was because we knew how long the flight and all was over, and the fatigue and the jet lag.
But then what we didn't realise as well is for us to get to London is days traveling. So we were tagging a day on. So a 14-night cruise went into 17 or 18 days, and it was at that point it's a bit too long.
It gets awkward with work and things like that then. So, but
we'll definitely do it. You've been looking at Hawaii.
I'd love to go to Hawaii. It's on my bucket list, and now that Mexico has been cancelled, it's definitely been Googled quite a lot today.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can justify it at the moment with everything the way it is. I think we're gonna play it safe for now, and we're gonna stick close to home. I think we're gonna do our sail from Southampton. Yeah,
I think we're gonna get Regal. Not out of the way, but we'll get Regal sorted. We'll cruise Regal. Decide then, because next year's New Year.
To be honest with you, at the moment, all we can think about is Regal because we're absolutely buzzing. Because we had such a great time in this school. We always wanted to go on Princess, and now we're going on Regal. We are literally out for a week. I mean, it's basically the first big seaside. That's how long ago we've done all these little mini ones. Don't get me wrong, it's been fun, tiring, and you're drinking, and you've just got, you basically get on. You've lost your first day because you've spent it boarding. You've got your first night on board. You've just got settled in. The second night, you really settle into stride. Then you think, oh, well, I got packed tomorrow morning. And you wake up and then you're off.
Princess was worse for that. They gave you your disembarkation info on the second morning.
Yeah.
You woke up in the morning, like, disembarkation info. You're like, I've only just got on the cruise.
Yeah, literally. It was the earliest we've ever been given disembarkation, like tags, luggage tags and things.
Got another question here from Cruise Boys. Josh wants to know when he can go on a cruise with you again. He had lots of fun on the water slides. Yeah, we had loads of fun on the water slides, Josh.
Water slides and MSC are brilliant. If you've not done it, you should really try it. Gavin does the video. This time then it was nice. There were a few cues and things. I just thought, look, I can do it again.
There was a bit. A member of the public was kicking off because he had to wear a mask. Yeah. So Luke decided at that point he didn't do it. Cruise Lambert says Miami Vice was gorgeous. Yeah, it really was. We broke up Miami Vice. Yeah, Bristol Ship love it as well. Favorite coconut mojito.
Never tried that. That sounds really nice.
I want to try that.
Cruising with Pete still says he's got a hangover from the last time we met.
That doesn't surprise me.
You probably need another drink, Pete, and then it'll go away. Hear the dog.
Please tell me no one likes. You said a Bloody Mary. You like a Bloody Mary, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've gone. I do like a Bloody Mary. To be fair, we went to the Good Spirits bar on Sky Princess, and there was a cocktail. I'm not saying it was called a Bloody Mary, but it was really, really similar, and it was absolutely. It had like it had a pepper. Was it a chili or a pepper on the top of it? You'll see it in our vlog, and it was really, really nice. I mean, it was all like the rim was covered in. Was it salt or pepper? Black pepper. Hell, it was nice though.
As it sound
really
good. Hang on, we got Sanders dropped.
Is there a dog sniffing?
It's back, is it? Are we back? Yeah, I think we are.
Someone said no.
Are we back? Somebody drop us a message.
Sound is clear
now. Okay. Sorry. Question, Kevin. Yeah, microphone problems. Was it slipped? I think we're all right now, are we? I think we're back.
It says sound is back.
That might have been me, because I do have a bit of paper with what we're planning to say and do. So
Honey is not sniffing the mic. Honey is sleeping. She's been really, really good.
So anyway, I think we'll carry on with our Instagram questions. We've got loads of them. And I'll keep a bit of paper away from the mic. Right. So next one's from Chris on Facebook, saying that you can get special rates and discounts during your cruise if you book on board.
Yeah.
Have we ever had that?
The first time we've ever booked a cruise on a cruise. No, sorry, it's the second. We did do it on Ventura years ago to book our honeymoon cruise. I can't recall, to be honest. That was quite a while ago. But I know from recent experience on Sky, we booked Regal. And the perks you usually get are, say, when you book a certain fare, is it like the Princess fare? On Princess, you get, say, £35 or $35, on board credit or whatever it is for your, say, grade of cabin. If you book it on board, you might get maybe, 70?
We've seen P&O do double or triple sometimes.
Yeah.
Princess, we had on board credit because it was a future cruise deposit, I think they call it. They're all slightly different.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can usually get something. But then also, if you've got a decent travel agent, you can usually get good deals that way as well.
Yeah. So it is worth looking into if you like. Well, obviously you want the onboard credit. So if nothing else, you'll get that from what we've learned.
Next one is What's your favourite thing to do on the day you board?
On the day we board, first thing is crack open a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, we
love to be up on open deck as you sail out of Southampton or sail out of your port. We've always done that. We love the sail away type party. Maybe not necessarily engage with the party, but we like to be up on deck and watch the sail away. And more recently, we love to wave our yellow hand.
Yep,
that is
your big yellow hand.
Yeah, massive yellow banana fingers hand. So we like.
So yeah, we usually at a sail away party. That's our usual thing.
Enjoy that. Yeah,
that's our thing to do. And then we've got Welsh Cruiser has asked, where are you both from? What got you cruising first? And what are the passion that makes it a perfect cruise?
Passion. Well,
so where are we both from?
We're both from Pembrokeshire, at least.
Yeah, so we're in Wales.
He's from the north of Pembrokeshire. I'm from the south. So he's from Eglwyswrw, which is near Cardigan. I'm down south. I'm from Pembroke Dock, which is basically, south.
Yeah, south.
So that's where we're from. That's in Wales as well, by the way. Literally on the edge.
Who got into cruising first, I should say?
So who got into cruising first would probably be me. And if I'm honest, it was probably all based on, let's be honest, Titanic. Who didn't watch that and fall in love with the whole idea of being at sea and everything else? Just fell in love with it. So that's my inspiration there. And what was the last part?
What other passion would make your perfect cruise? I know what your answer is for this one. This is your themed cruise.
Yes, I would like a Star Trek themed cruise. If that's what the question means, I'm a bit confused to be honest. But if that's what that meant, I would love a Star Trek themed cruise. And I know just before the whole COVID thing kicked off, the cast of Star Trek Voyager were on, I think it was Royal Caribbean Voyager of the Seas. Was it Voyager? Yeah, because it was Voyager. I'm sure it was. Don't 100% quote me on it, but I'm sure it was. And I would have loved to have been on that. That would have been amazing. So
somebody says, Stuart Gordon, hello. I'm Stuart down the road in Newport.
Hello.
Is that which Newport's out though? Because we've got a very local Newport.
I did just see here, someone has asked which cruise line is our favourite and why. That was by Nathan Drake. And I'm going to say at the moment, this is really hard because there's a cruise line for every sort of everybody. And there's a cruise line for every single mood. At the moment, I'm going to lean more towards Princess. Yes, it's new and it's novelty and I love it. But no, it really did hit so many things. It was a perfect balance between P&O and Cunard. It sort of sits right in the middle. You've got the service of Cunard. You've got the informality of P&O. And it was just fun. I do like MSC a lot. They are really, really fun, glamorous ships. And they've got a lot of things on board going from. So it's very hard to decide. But I'm going to say Princess at the moment as it stands.
For me, even though our latest MSC wasn't a great cruise, I think that's probably still my favourite cruises. The cruises we've done in MSC have been amazing.
Yeah.
MSC.
We really loved Seaside. Yeah. It was the ship was fantastic. And Seashore.
I'm not going to let one bad cruise put us off because normally it's fine. It's COVID.
It's not normal times, so things aren't going to work to plan. I think everyone has to take that away.
If you had a cruise ship, what would you call it?
I don't know. If I had a cruise ship.
No new Titanic 3 or something.
No. It'd probably be something like I don't know, Wineo.
Wineo. It'd be something drink related.
Yeah, something drink related.
Life jacket, selfies and board day. Yeah, that's us.
That is us.
Question: how crowded was it on Sky Princess? As we are on it for 25 days next year. A bit concerned about.
See, this is a difficult one.
I don't know. It was quite full, wasn't it?
If you're on it for 25 nights, now I don't know if they're going to be people embarking halfway through the cruise. I don't know if it's just a solid 25-night cruise or not. But I'm going to say with our cruise, it was a cheap 3-night UK staycation. So you're going to get a lot of people coming on board, even people who haven't cruised before. It's going to entice a whole new audience. It's going to bring loads of people in. If you're on a longer cruise, and we have seen this on Arcadia, we went away for 14 nights. The cruise ships tend to be, they could still be busy. I'm not going to say they're not. It's hard to say, but the mood is different. You get you normally, not being funny, you normally get an older crowd because younger people can't get that length of time off work. No. So it's normally more subdued, it's calmer atmosphere. It's, I don't know. It's hard to say because we haven't been on a cruise for that long.
The Regal half full. So I'm guessing that was a staycation. Yeah. And the thing we've learned this summer is staycation's nothing like a normal cruise.
No.
So I wouldn't worry. We've done Britannia, which is same class as Sky.
Yeah.
Full capacity on 7 nights. That was fine.
Yeah.
We then did a back-to-back because it was our honeymoon, that was, and then we did a 2-night cruise straight after it,
and the atmosphere
just changed like that.
And you could even see the attitude of the staff, not against it, not a nasty attitude. I don't mean like that, but you could tell they were stressing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh no, we have
they've got that turnaround, didn't they?
Oh, we've got turnaround, and we've got party cruise after this, and you could sense the stress. And then when that last 2 days after, it was like, whoa, everything had just, the dynamic of the whole cruise had changed. The atmosphere on board was just completely different, and the staff were ragged. They run off their feet ragged.
If you think about the Seacations, a lot of them have been 3, 4, maybe 5-night cruises. I know they're going up to 6 now, but the early Seacations were short cruises, so the staff were just turning around constantly. So it would have been a nightmare. So I wouldn't think of the UK Seacations as what it would normally be. Like.
I wouldn't gauge cruising on that.
No. So where are we? I think as a question, is there any cruise you did not enjoy? I think I just covered that one. That was probably
Virtuosa the second time round, not the first time, second time. But again, COVID, it's all around that really. Yeah. We've been on an MSC ship with more passengers probably, and we've had a really good time. Not had to queue for drinks, not had any problems. So it is down to COVID at the moment. So I think if that's something you can take away from this, is that COVID is really impacting cruising at the moment. It's great that cruising is back, but we have to be patient. Yes, we've all had our ups and downs. We didn't have the best cruise on Virtuosa, but we made the most of it given the circumstances.
Stuart is at Newport Gwent. Okay, it's not our local Newport then. That's all right. Have you or will you try a small ship cruise? Well, we've kind of done this. Well, I suppose. What's small ship?
We say small ship. I'm going to say that would be something like Azamara, or like we used to have
the under 1,000 passenger
Pacific Princess that came here. Luckily, we were invited on board for a day out just to go and see Pacific Princess. When she came to Milford Haven, it's kind of handy having like a little port on our doorstep. And we really, really enjoyed Pacific Princess. And in fact, we came off that and said, we'd love to go on a little ship. The intimate feel, I think it would be really, really nice. And we are kind of craving that, especially with all these like massive ships. You do get to a point you think, I just want to sit down, relax, get to know everybody.
Well, one thing we like to do on the ship is sit at the bar, chat to the staff, and just kind of make friends with the staff
and passengers.
Yeah. But on the bigger ships, you can't always do that.
No.
And I think the small ships kind of lend themselves better to doing something like that. The smallest ship we've done is Aurora or Oriana, isn't it?
I'd say Oriana would be the smallest. Yeah,
and they are nice.
They're lovely. Old traditional style ships. Loved them.
Yeah, and we did look at them at Azamara.
We did actually look. Yeah, we saw an amazing
found a good deal on that, didn't we?
Really good deal. I think it was June last year. I think it was only about £500 for like 3 nights, but it includes all your drinks, and it would have been amazing for us to just get that experience of a new cruise line as well. But we will look into it, and we are still looking at Azamara. I've actually gone on there a few times.
Right, another question.
Yeah.
Have you tried Marella? Right, I'm trying to convince him to try Marella.
No, I'm not dead against Marella. No, it's from what I've seen on YouTube. It will be interesting. We will do it because I want to draw a comparison between Marella and P&O, because I think they're very, very similar in their market. We will give it a go. I just think for me, it's finding the right ship. And I did recently see a video. Can you remember the name of the ship? It was it Johnny and Will?
Yeah, John.
Was that?
Yeah, Johnny and Will. Which ship were you on? I think it was Discovery 2, wasn't it?
That one looked really, really nice. To be fair, I said to you, okay, if you're going to do a Marella, we'll do that. Yeah. That ship looked nice. I'd do that.
Just kind of seeing questions. Do you think there'll ever be more cruise lines sailing from Wales? No. I'd like to think
Bristol,
so.
We used to have.
Was it CMV?
CMV used to sail from Bristol, so
I think Wales is kind of a port of call.
Yeah, maybe that ambassador line might go from Bristol, possibly, because they were taken over. Yeah, or they took over.
But we I know in Pembrokeshire we've got 2 cruise ports from Milford Haven and Fishguard. And Fishguard's quite a popular one. I think a lot of Aida ships go there.
Yeah, Aida's been, and as we said, we had Pacific Princess literally stopped on our doorstep. So we've seen that, and Holland America, was it the old Rotterdam, the one that's sold now?
We've had a few Seabourns as well.
That's come here. Seabourn have been here. Yeah, we've seen.
They're always port stops,
but they don't actually embark or disembark here. They literally it's a port of call.
Real Life Cruises Australia. Do you buy the drinks package?
Always find the bonus package. I love this one here. We're booked on Arcadia next July. This is by Gillian Taylor. Norway and Iceland. Love watching your Arcadia blog. What was your favourite excursion? I'm going to say it has to be for me. I really enjoyed the Lone Skylift. That was absolutely fantastic. It was like being, to be honest, it was a bit like James Bond. You sort of half expect to see Jaws at the top biting on the wire, but it was absolutely breathtaking. And obviously, if you're pulling into port and you've got a choice to do it, look up and say, look, it's cloudy today, because you won't see anything. But if you've got broken cloud, to be honest, I wouldn't want clear sky. I want broken cloud.
Clouds,
you get the cloud, and if you can do like a time lapse with your phone or camera and put a little gimbal or gorilla up, you will see the clouds going over, and it was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed that. I mean, obviously, we enjoyed doing the climb up Rampelstruck and Viewpoint, but that was by our own.
Iceland, get on excursions there. You've got to do them. We booked them independently via, I think it was Fab, Freezer Bird, or IG, which is Iceland Guided Tours.
Yeah,
I think they're the same company. They were full day tours. They guaranteed to get you back to the ship. I think they were like 6 to 8 hours. And
the guides were fantastic on board. On the buses and everything. They were giving you loads of information. They were really, really, they'd even stop to say, "Do you want to take a photo?" They give you time to do things.
The only thing is because it wasn't the ship tour, you didn't have lunch or anything like that included, so you could grab lunch wherever. They were stopping for lunch stops, but it was a lot cheaper. That's
what I'm going to say. You might not get lunch, but if you're saving say 50 quid just by not going with the cruise
I think we did 2 ports of call for the price of 1 if we would have gone on the cruise,
because they were offering, I think, when they were doing little packages.
You got a package.
So it's worth looking into.
Right, so where are we? Question: 25 nights Southampton to Southampton, Britannia is the same class but has a crow's nest
and a Brody's, not such large bars on Regal. Okay, no, I take that.
No, you love the crow's nest.
I do love a crow's nest, but that's worth.
Question: we're on Sky next July. Ordering drinks separately on Medallion looks a bit annoying. Was it? No, it wasn't. No. To be honest, hopefully they'll sort it, because I think a lot of you'd hope they'd listen to feedback.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will sort that.
To be fair, if you're we drink at different paces anyway. So if I drink faster than him, maybe I'll just say, look, I'll give it a minute for him to finish his drink, and then we'll order the same time. But what we've learned is, we did do it one day. We both ordered a drink at the same time, and mine didn't come till an hour and 45 minutes late because the app crashed, or the internet went off. But yeah, no, we didn't find it too inconvenient. In fact, I found it really, really convenient to order drinks. It's fantastic. My advice would be, when you get your drink, if you like it or you know what you're drinking next, order the next one when you start drinking it. And by the time you finished your drink, the other one will come.
But I'm hoping by next year they'll have sorted that anyway. That won't be a problem, because I think a lot of people fed back that, and that's annoying. There
was a lot of frustration with the app.
Are you team balcony or team inside? Oh, this is a tricky one, because we're team inside, because basically you're paying half the price over a balcony normally, so you get to cruise twice as often. That's our attitude. That's how we've always looked at it, and we don't normally mind. But I think because of COVID and how things have been lately, it's just, I'd like fresh air, and I like to think that if you were, for whatever reason, quarantined or something happened, you've got your balcony. I know people say they'd move you. It did save our Virtuosa cruise, having that balcony, so you can just chill out and enjoy.
We have had this year with the Seacations, prices have been phenomenally reasonable, cheap, and we have been able to afford balconies. And obviously, with a lot of cruises cancelled, we've had a backlog. We've had a little pot of money we've saved over the pause. So we just went straight out and we booked balconies. And we've always said we love a balcony, but we prefer to cruise a bit more often.
I'd say we've never been team. We've always booked insides, because that's what we can afford, and it means we can cruise more often. But we've always been, who wouldn't rather a balcony?
Yeah.
So we've always been team balcony, I suppose. But we do team insides that we can cruise.
To be fair, it's all down to preference, really. I mean, what we find is, if you've got an inside, you just spend all your time out of the room, which is fine. We do most of the time at a bar, drinking, exploring, doing things. If you've got a balcony, it's not necessarily that you spend more time in the cabin because you just feel like you have to. It's just you do, because it's there. You've got the convenience of waking up in the CZ. You don't have to go to the prom deck or up on the boat deck. You can just sit in your room. Yeah. So I think it's one of those things. If you've got an inside, you'll go out. If you've got a balcony, you just stay in the room. It's just how it is. But yeah, I prefer balcony. But if inside means I get to cruise, I'll cruise inside.
Same, yeah. Team balcony. Look, Marella is very British. Yeah, same as P&O, very British.
Yeah.
Explorer 2 is what Johnny and Will went on. Yeah, that looked good. That's what I'm trying to convince him to do.
We'll have to have a look into it.
Have you both done the balcony dining? No, we didn't do any balcony dining.
We might give it a go next week.
Can we do it on the? Can you do it on the normal balcony? I'm not
if
sure.
You know, please drop it in the comments.
Noughties versus 90s cruise next year. That looks cool. Question: are you guys trying Balcony Lady? We did actually look at that last night after Princess Cruise was cancelled.
I like the look of it, but I can't justify the price. I mean, for what they're charging for an inside,
£500.
£550. I could probably get a 3-night cruise on another cruise line in a balcony and probably most of my drinks for that price, and I can't ignore that.
No,
as much as I
keep an eye on deals.
Maybe it's demanding because it's new. I think they're quite it's not our price range, unfortunately, at the moment.
Here's a good one. What would you guys say to a person who is wanting to do Cunard for the first time, trying to convince Scott to go on one in 2023? Do it. Cunard is it's
amazing. About the atmosphere. It's about, basically, it's like setting foot back in time. The whole ship has a whole nostalgic sort of 1930s vibe. It's classic ocean liner feel. It feels amazing. Basically, people get held up or het up over the dress code. It's formal, but it's not that formal. What I'd say is you can wear your shirt, you can probably wear your jeans or your chinos, that's fine. The only thing is for gentlemen or men, you have to wear, not a dinner jacket, you just have to wear a jacket. You don't necessarily have to wear it all the time. Once you've sat down, you can put it on the back of your chair. They're not that strict. But just when you're walking around, they like you to wear a jacket. Now, you don't have to wear a tie, which I find strangely odd, because for me, I prefer people to wear a shirt and tie. I think that looks smarter than somebody wearing an open collar shirt with a jacket. But that's just how they are. But other than that, I mean, the atmosphere on board, if you like Titanic, which we mentioned before, and you want to feel like you're in that sort of kind of era, but not as strict.
And it's not as stuffy as people make out. A lot of people say Cunard's really stuffy.
It can be very, very down to earth, really down to earth. I mean, we've been on it, we've enjoyed it, so
we've loved them. There's one last question from Jim the Tim. It's not a last question. Don't worry, we've got a whole page of questions here. What's the craziest thing you've both done on a cruise, and what was the worst Bay of Biscay crossing you've had? So, craziest thing, I'd say I've ziplined across a cruise ship on seaside, but it wasn't. It sounds crazy, but it wasn't as crazy as it sounds.
No, I don't know what's the craziest thing I've done on a cruise. Maybe not gone to bed.
Yeah,
gone all the way through, and woken up by a man in a hot tub because I was about to drown.
Yeah, you want to keep saying why are you gonna?
But yeah, that's probably the craziest, most stupid thing I've ever done. But yeah, that's probably the craziest, dullest thing I've ever done. But,
and the roughest Bay of Biscay we've had, I think that would have been Azura.
No.
Oh no,
Bellissima.
Yeah,
Bellissima was shocking. We were hit by one hell of a wave, and the whole of Yacht Club lost their dinner. And we went up to the buffet after, and I'm not even joking you, there was, when you went to the elevator, there was blood and a hand print going. It was like one of these things you see out in these apocalyptic cruise, like films or whatever, you see it like some sort of disaster film, like the Poseidon Adventure, but there was blood all down thing. Basically, something had happened to somebody up at the buffet. Honestly, the tables and chairs were all up against the window. The wave hit so hard, stands
they closed bars and things.
We were sat in the butcher's cut, and our wine glasses. Well, I remember the plates went off the table, the glass went like that, and I remember us catching the glass and going like that. I'm like, and everything, you could just hear the screams.
We didn't care as long as we had a drink. We didn't care about dinner.
It was scary. It was talked about for a while. We even lost a port of call. That was La Coruna, but that was the worst Bay of Biscay we've ever had.
It's quite strange. We went on a little cheap Azura cruise.
Yeah.
Down to La Coruna, Bilbao, La Rochelle. Was it? Yeah. On the way down, Bay of Biscay was like a mill pond, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was fine. On the way back, we were warned, if you've got any belongings, make sure they're inside a drawer or something tonight.
Yeah.
And that night it was, But we enjoyed it. I don't mind rough sea.
We're not too bad with rough sea. Luckily, we're quite good.
Yeah.
We always take Avamine, by the way. If you want to know, I usually get the one you can buy it on board the ship, can't you? Is that the one we usually go for?
That's the one we go for. Yeah, on the ship.
It's brilliant. I mean, if you can, they say you can't drink with it. You can, It just makes you a bit tired. I
No,
mean,
it's the
obviously, I'm
same
not
question. What's your ideal length of
endorsing drinking
cruise?
and taking things. Huh?
What's your ideal length of cruise?
I'd say probably about 10 nights would be about right.
We've done lots of short
We
cruises.
haven't actually done a 10-night cruise. We've done a 7. We've done a lot of short ones, and we've done a 14.
I'd say about 10, 12
10 would
nights.
probably be a good, especially given that we're still working and we've still got the dog and things.
Yeah.
10 nights is probably ideal.
If I randomly ran into you on a cruise, would you do shots of me? Shots of you or
No, I
shot
think we
with
do,
me?
what shots would you do? Would it be?
We do shots. Yeah, we'll do
We
shots.
have done shots, as long as it's not ouzo, because
He doesn't do ouzo.
never again. Done that when I was younger. Can't even smell it anymore.
Right, I think we're actually caught up in questions. We got there. So I've still got loads more to go on here. So somebody's asked about our MSC cruise, which I think we've covered. How do you find the queuing and service?
Yeah.
So the queuing, as we've said, wasn't great. Service though was
The staff.
amazing.
To be fair, this is a really, I have to bring this to everyone's attention. The staff on MSC were on par with Princess. They were really, really friendly. In fact, we had some exceptional service of some of those staff. It was brilliant. Honestly, we can't fault the staff at all. It's just unfortunate that they run ragged at the moment because of COVID, and there is a lack of staff on board. There was. Obviously, half of them were in quarantine because of previous outbreaks. So they were running at a reduced amount of staff, which is going to cause more queues. And with COVID protocols on top, i.e. temperature checks and things, lines are going to form.
Yep.
It's not the staff's fault, unfortunately, but they're just, they're getting the front end of it.
The next one was, we got asked this twice. What jobs do you do away from
What's
YouTube?
this wedding revel?
Oh, I'll come back to that one. What jobs do you do away from YouTube? And when you're not causing the mayhem on the cruise ships, what are your day jobs?
So basically, I work in retail. I work in a clothing shop, selling outdoor clothes locally. And it's a part-time job. I have worked full-time before, but at the moment it's part-time. But given how much editing and vlogging and cruises, I'm happy with the balance at the moment. Just about covers everything. I'm okay. I
work in IT. Believe it or not, how disastrous this live stream's been.
Yeah.
I work in IT. Thankfully, I don't work in tech support, which is why it's not been that disastrous. Somebody's asked, do you know anything about wedding vow renewal?
Unfortunately not.
We did actually look at having a wedding on a ship,
yeah.
But at the time they weren't doing it.
No, because at the time, obviously,
gay
marriage wasn't a thing.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of gone back full circle. I don't know, because a lot of the ships are registered in Bermuda. There was a point in time where they could do it, and then it changed. They couldn't do it, and I don't actually know where they stand now.
No.
Some questions coming in. What's been your all-time favorite specialty restaurant?
My favorite, and this is going to be, I can remember every time I say it, and I still haven't had a better meal, was the veranda on Queen Elizabeth, because it wasn't like we'd had the veranda originally on Queen Mary, but the veranda on Queen Elizabeth was better. And then going back to the veranda on Queen Mary again in November 2018, they changed it, so now it's become more of a steakhouse. But that experience on Queen Elizabeth was phenomenal. I think this one particular meal, I think it was a pigeon breast with like a chocolate shell, dark chocolate shell, was absolutely amazing. You love that, I really, really, like, honestly, that has been, and they had these funny little like sweets, didn't they, and all that went with it. They were fantastic. It was the best meal I've had. Although I did enjoy Crown Grill. Gotta say, that Crown Grill was really nice on Princess.
I'm trying to think. I'd say I love Glasshouse and P&O.
I do love it.
It's a specialty in a way. It's not your normal specialty, but I do love it. It's
great because it's light bites, nibbles, and wine. It's fantastic.
Let's have a look. Where are we?
What cruise destination was a Cunard cruise? Cunard cruise. Our destination would have been Bruges. We've never been anywhere else, really, have we?
Hamburg.
Oh yeah, we did do Hamburg, on Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, sorry, take that back. Yeah, we'd love to do a transatlantic. Definitely love to do a transatlantic. In fact, I was googling it earlier on. Now we've had our cruise cancelled on Discovery. We've got some money to burn, so we've been looking. But transatlantic would be
Nathan Drake, how do you manage to get so much time off work to all these cruises? Well, you've answered that one by your part-time.
Basically I'm part-time, but if you say a lot of cruises, if you're doing a 3-night cruise, sometimes you can work it around, can't
You
you?
can, yeah.
You can work it around a weekend. If it falls right, you could say, oh, can I just have a Friday off? You've only lost the one day from work, and then you've got your Friday, Saturday, and depending where you live. I mean, obviously, we've got to take a day to travel down and back. Basically, it takes about 6 hours to drive down Southampton. So, but yeah, that's how we do it. That's why mini cruises, we've always said, are great because you don't actually have to use leave as much.
And for me, I get
flexi
30 days holiday a year, so I kind of fit it in that way, and I've got flexible working as well, so it all works. I did see something. Which maiden voyage do you enjoy most? So we've done Virtuoso and Bellissima.
They were very much on par. Do you know what I'm going to say? Virtuoso was better because obviously it was the first ship to leave after the pandemic. It was almost like a celebration that cruising was back. The atmosphere after being everyone being
I remember those words on that Jean, was it, the cruise director said on the open deck, like, we're the first cruise sailing from the UK, we are sailing, and it just, as soon as it was really emotional, wasn't it? Because of
the atmosphere. It literally gives me goosebumps thinking about it now. And then obviously we had the Yellow Hand. That's the first time we ever used it. And then there was Solent Ships. I don't know if any of you watch him or his channel. He has some fantastic webcams all over the port. We love watching it every day. You see different ships coming in. When I'm sitting there having coffee in the morning, I just watch them. That's brilliant.
You love that, don't you?
So it was nice to wave and contribute to that as well.
Can I just say, guys, don't change anything. Thank you, Jim. Oh, Tim.
Are you going on a Christmas cruise? Christmas cruise is something I would always love to do.
You can't, though, can you?
And last year, when I was threatened with, not necessarily threatened, but our jobs were under threat, we were told we were made redundant. We booked a Christmas cruise, and we were out. I was, as sad as I was, I lost my job and all the insecurity that goes with it. I was over the moon because for years and years, working in retail, you normally can't get December off at all. It is just a no-no. It's even written in your contract, so you can't do Christmas cruises. But we'd love to do a Christmas cruise. The closest we've ever done to a Christmas cruise was our very first Queen Mary, and I think it was a 3-nighter. We went something like the 12th to the 15th of December, and the ship was all decked up. You had the Wind in the Willows, like cast or whatever characters underneath the Christmas tree, and the ship was decorated, and you had the whole gingerbread village. It was amazing, but we'd love to do it again. Sorry, everyone, we have to move because the dog is...
She's demanding. She wants to be on the screen.
She wants an audience with you all. Excuse that. There we are.
Right, should be happy.
She's happy now. She's on the couch.
Mike has said, only just got your what's next cruise booked? Has COVID case? So next cruise booked is Regal. We're leaving next Thursday. It's the first international cruise Princess is doing.
Which will be interesting given the tests and stuff we've got to do to get back home.
We still don't know the exact details to get back home. I think Princess are paying, or they carry out a test in Southampton the day we get back. So that will clear our pre-entry cruise. Then we've also got a day 2 PCR test we need to do because we're in Wales. Not sure who's paying for that.
No, you've tried phoning Princess a few times, but not.
I'm getting mixed messages, but
you've emailed them now to try and get something in writing.
Yeah, but I think we'll probably just, for the sake of like £30-40, I think we'll just do it ourselves, and it's done then.
Cruise Boys said their Christmas cruise was cancelled this week.
The Costa one. Have we missed any more questions? Where did you get the amazing Yellow Hand from? Amazon. Amazon.
Yeah, and do you know what? We ordered it and didn't think it was going to arrive. And literally, when we normally drive, we drive down the day before, down Southampton, that is. And we normally leave about dinner hour. And honest to God, we were about to leave, and I said, the hand's not come. And this was just before Virtuoso. And honest to God, we were driving up the drive, and the post van literally just stopped. And
just
I was like, have you got a parcel for me? He was like, yes, give us. I was opened it. I was like, Yellow Hand. And that was it. That was started off the whole good vibes. It was brilliant.
Talking Yellow Hand, Daniel says, Southern Ships has got a new camera.
Oh, is it?
We'll have a look at that one.
We'll have a look, yeah.
So travel with Johnny and Will and ask what's our favourite port and why.
Ooh, no, that's quite difficult. I'm trying to think of everywhere we've been now. I think. I don't know. That's very difficult. I like Dubrovnik. I really like Dubrovnik, but it's on par with, I'm going to say, Andelsnes. Andelsnes has there's always that sentimental value. We went there on a honeymoon. We went back there. If you can climb to the top of Mount Strachan, it is absolutely incredible. If you can do it, it's worth it. But I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and to go to Dubrovnik was like going to Disneyland. Well, not that I've been to Disneyland, but I'm assuming it's like Disneyland for grown-ups. It was brilliant. We absolutely loved it. And what about you? What's your favourite port?
I'm going to say, hang on 2 seconds. I didn't want to go to Venice. Not that I didn't want to go. I wasn't looking forward to Venice.
No, yeah.
On Oceania, and we went to Venice, and it really blew me away. So I've got to say, I agree with what you say with your ports, but I think Venice is mine because it was the port I didn't really have any interest in. And when I got there, I loved it. So that's a good port, I think.
And if you want to know our worst port ever, our worst port is probably Ravenna. Because we just got there and it was like, but would you say that was your worst port?
I'd say Ravenna is probably our worst port, yeah.
It wasn't even nice to just be sat there on the ship. I just wanted to leave.
we got on the bus, and the bus takes you into town. We got on the bus, went into town, got off the bus.
It was a bit like a
and
ghetto.
Walked around for about 10 minutes, thought we'd get back on the bus and go back to the ship.
We even went to a church. Why did two gay men go to a church and walk around? It was like, I feel like I'm going to be in hell for this, so I just left.
So the quick question, how long have you two been together? I'll let you answer that one.
Probably, about 10 years? 10 and a half
10 years, yeah.
So, yeah, quite well.
Would you have planned a trip on P&O Aurora? Yes.
We will try.
We've planned 2. And they got cancelled.
P&O Aurora, yeah, we've tried it. We were booked on the original Maiden, which was 9 nights to the fjords. That obviously didn't happen. Then we rebooked to do the Christmas cruise, actually, the one we spoke about when I lost my job.
And today he was talking about one in January.
I was talking about one in January for 12 nights. I've seen a really good deal. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. It was only about £560 for 12 nights. Next year. That looked really tempting. So we're looking into it. Don't get me wrong, we're not jumping through hoops to get on Iona. I don't know if the whole cancellations have put a dampener on it, but
we'll see.
We're going to go on it at some point.
Somebody's asked what's our annual cruise budget.
Is there a budget?
Yeah, there is no. It's whatever we can afford at the time. And we book something. If it's expensive, we make sure it's far enough away to say, right, we can save for it. Modern Cruisers asked, what's your favourite cruise line? If it's just the two of us cruising together.
Just the two of us. I don't know.
And also a follow-up, as hubby's not cruised P&O before, but loves NCL. The ideas from board. I want to love it. They go in 19 days.
We haven't tried NCL to compare. This is the downside. We haven't. What we're going to do, this might be of interest to all of you, is we're actually hoping to maybe start getting a few more cruise lines under our belt.
Simply so that when
so that when somebody says, what's Marella like compared to P&O, we can give you some decent feedback. And I think it'll be fun. We want to try some new experiences. So what we're going to try and do with our channel, maybe even if we just get one new cruise line a year, we're going to try maybe and get a new cruise line under our belt every year.
But I think going to that question, P&O, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
19 days. It's going to be like a staycation kind of one, I'd have thought. So you'll enjoy it. It's a bit. It's the home comfort on a cruise line. It's great. Somebody said, I love the plant. About Cunard, the Insight lectures, we love them, especially, what's her name?
Maureen Ryan.
Maureen Ryan.
Hers were good.
Afternoon tea, can't complain about that. That's good. What's your story behind your name? I'll let you do that one.
Cruise Monkey. Cruise Monkeys came from a nickname I've had since I was young. Lukey turned in. It was Luke to Lukey Monkey. Don't know how that came in, but And then Lukey Monkey turned into. I proposed it to you a few times. We were on about changing our name actually a lot earlier than we thought. Than we did. And I said, we should be Cruise Monkeys. We're like, no, maybe not. But then we realised that we weren't that serious a vlogger. We like to have fun and we just like to show cruises as they are. We like to just do our own thing. Be ourselves. The phone just comes out, and when we're drunk, it comes out like loads. And sometimes we don't even realize what we've done until the following day. When we watch
it's quite handy next time.
Sometimes we play it back and laugh ourselves because we just can't believe the stuff we've done drunk or said. It basically just became Cruise Monkeys, and that we thought reflected cheeky monkeys and fun and
the whole holiday. We were holidays at sea until May. Was it May? Yeah, March this year.
Which was the name that you sort of come up with when we first started.
It was a bit of a panic kind of.
He panicked And then he said, "Oh, because it used to be LKGP was our YouTube channel when our very first vlogs went up." And then he said, "Oh, we're now holidays at sea." That was fine. We went with that for a while, but I think people started to think we were travel agents or we were selling cruises.
Well, one thing we've realised, we're not travel agents,
No,
and we're not really PR friendly.
not with all of this.
No.
Yeah.
Justin and Tristan from Cruise Boys. Which cruise line do you most want to try but have not been on yet?
I'm going to say Azamara myself.
Royal Caribbean.
There we go.
We've booked an Anthem. It got cancelled because of COVID. I want to go on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, I know. I did like the look of Anthem.
Yeah.
I'm Azamara. I want to try a small more premium brand.
Nick Tours. After all your cruises, what has been your favourite, and which room was your favourite?
My favourite room is going to have to be the one on Princess just now. I mean, you can't compete. We had a mini suite. Who gets?
I don't know that the aft balcony on Virtuoso was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, and then the one we had on our honeymoon was nice, but then the anchor drop in. So if you book on Britannia and you book one of the very forward cabins, especially like we were F104, so it was one of the very forward balconies. If you have a tender port and the anchor drops, believe you me, you know that anchor drops because it's like,
yep, the whole room shakes.
But no, I'd say my favourite has to be the Princess room. That was phenomenal. I've never had anything like that in my life. To have I know Aurora came close, but it was more dated.
Yeah.
But that was the best room.
The mini suite was
and what was
amazing.
The other part of that question?
And the other part, so that was which room was your favourite? And of all cruises, which has been your favourite?
Favourite cruise? I'm still sticking out for the Oceania one.
I'm saying Arcadia.
I like that as well. It's hard because there are things
you can't have favourites.
No,
it's not allowed. You can't have favourites.
I did really enjoy Dubrovnik and Malta.
Victoria on Instagram. If you could pick any ship and make any itinerary, what would it be? I really want to go to Australia, so itinerary would be Australia, New Zealand. Ship wise. There was a couple of years back, Cunard did a world voyage where you did half the world voyage on Queen Elizabeth and half on Queen Victoria. Yeah. So that would probably be my perfect cruise, to be honest.
I don't know what I'd want to do because I'd like a lot of ships. I mean, I like the seaside class, but where would I put that ship? Probably. Can you imagine if you could get seaside to go around like Hawaii and stuff? Maybe that would be or like the not the Maldives, Thailand. I'd love to go there. So if you get like seaside down there or somewhere, that would be perfect. That'd be like you'd have the fun, you'd have the scenery, it'd be brilliant, and that would be nice.
I've got one last question on the paper, and we'll come back to the questions in the chat. Your favourite P&O cruise and why?
Favourite P&O has to be Arcadia, Iceland. Yeah.
Then you saying your favourite cruise?
I know.
You can't choose, can you, between Oceania and Arcadia?
I really can't. I'm drawn between the two. But then, see, if I could have I think I prefer Arcadia over Oceania. So I'm saying Arcadia, but if I could have Arcadia have done the cruise.
Itinerary. So you like the Med on Arcadia. Arcadia is a brilliant ship.
Yeah.
She's that classic full wraparound promenade. She's got the proper wood decks. I know it's going to sound really silly. Please tell me I'm not the only one. But when you're on the cruise ship and it's got wooden decks and the sun hits that wood and you get that smell of wood, is it just me? I'm going to sound really odd now, don't I?
The only thing I will say is if you're maybe a bit younger, Arcadia normally does longer itineraries, so it normally caters to a more mature crowd. Not being disrespectful, that's fine. We're happy with that. We love it. But if you're really wanting loads and loads of life, you're a real party animal, you're not going to get that atmosphere, unfortunately, on Arcadia. You'll get fun, and there is a crowd, and there will be people that will party with you, but it's especially on the longer cruises, because obviously younger people are working, so they can't get the time off.
Let's run through the questions quickly.
Who's the chief organizer when it comes to booking cruises and travel?
You're the one that chooses the cruises.
You plan them. I mean, it used to be me doing all of it. And
until I met Luke, I'd never been abroad.
I've gone lazy in my old age. Now, Gavin's, like, to be honest with you, the whole COVID procedures and things like that, that's all Gavin now. He knows it all inside out. He knows, I don't know how he does it. It's like photographic memory. It's like terms and conditions and everything. He knows it all. I don't. I just pick the cruises.
He finds the deals. You're really good at
I'm
finding
really good
deals.
at finding the deals, which he can't deny. But yeah,
So he'll spend the
it's
money,
like I'm the planner,
and I'll sort it out.
planner, you're sort of the organizer, really.
So there was another question. Where on the ship did you stay out till all hours in your first MSC?
The buffet. No.
This is Voyages cruise. When we were on board, all venues seemed to close very. No, the tip here. If you ever want to stay out late on the ship, always go to the casino. Casino is always the last place to close. And after that, you make some friends and you raid their minibar.
Yeah.
And wait until the bars open.
Didn't raid it. It was offered to us. They offered the drinks because they had Premium Plus on this particular cruise. We only had the Premium package. They had Premium Plus, so they had a mini bar and they offered us drinks. So that was fine. And then we made some really strong drinks with whatever was in their fridge. And then we went to the buffet, as I recall. The bar wasn't quite open, and then when the bar opened, it was like, "Morning, sir, would you like maybe a coffee?" I was like, "No, can I have 2 gin and tonics and a glass of wine, please?" And it was just like her. You could see the look on that guy's face, but I was like, "No, I'm serious."
Cruise Lambert, hi. Would you do a world cruise?
If I could afford it, of course I would.
Yeah, if we could afford it. And I think, going back to what I said, I'd like to do it on 2 ships, just to kind of spice it up a bit, because otherwise you're stuck on 1 ship, aren't you?
Yeah, but then if you could do 1 ship, you can do like a ship tour and everything on one, and then every day you just be able to vlog, which could work quite well on a like a world cruise.
Lizzie Lou, have you been on Queen Victoria?
Yeah, Queen Victoria is lovely. I love Queen Mary. She's the iconic ocean liner, the last in existence, really. That's in service. She's phenomenal. But there's something about Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria. Their interior is just outstanding. It's really, really, it's lovely. The wood and it's brilliant.
And I think we're kind of caught up with questions now. Yeah, we are, aren't we? So we're coming up to an hour. We've just hit an hour.
But if you've got any more questions,
if there's any questions, chuck them in chat now, because we're probably going to stay on for another 5 minutes, and then we're probably going to call it a night.
I mean, this has been quite an eventful first ever live, something we've never done before.
We're really sorry it went wrong at the start. Yeah. I feel really kind of, So everybody who's joined us, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
It's been great having you lot here. It's been fantastic.
World cruise and multiple ships. Yes, world cruise and multiple ships. That would be the dream, I think. If you could do that.
Get on, do something. Because then you're obviously not getting stale on what you're doing on board. Because every night you do something different.
Check. So we need to check out Cruiser Boy. Yes, we follow Cruiser Boy from Queen Elizabeth. You follow him.
Yeah,
you've seen his stuff.
We'll do another live. We might.
I think we will do another live, but we need to sort out what went wrong tonight.
Yeah, we need to analyze what happened and invest in some equipment. I think we need a new microphone and we need a few bits and pieces, but we're going to look into it and sort it out.
Definitely will. The live, Cunard. Thank you for everybody congratulating us. It's been like being on a maiden voyage.
It's been
it has been a maiden. Nothing goes right in the maiden voyage, does it? So we're just really sorry it went so wrong at the start, and then the whole sound thing is just like it's a nightmare. Would you organise a group cruise?
I would so join you as your group cruise. It says
no.
Are they?
Would you organise a group cruise?
We've thought about this, and I think if we did, obviously it'd be very difficult to vlog. I like to video everything, so we have thought about this in the past, and I think if I did so, it would probably be a mini cruise, and it would probably be on a ship I've already been on, so that it would just be I'd still video it, because basically the main drive behind me making videos is I like to look back on them. I like to, especially through lockdown when things got really, really bad. Mm-hmm. It was nice to have maybe a Friday night. We'd crack open a couple of bottles of wine.
We'd watch our Arcadia
vlogs, or we'd watch other YouTubers as well. We'd watch a whole series of things. But we used to love doing that, and I think that's for us is the main drive.
We love vlogs because you're there with the person who's doing it, and that's why we make our videos, so that it reminds us of what we got up to. So we watch our own vlogs, and make the vlogs so that we can watch them back like 12 months later or whatever. And that's why we love watching other people's vlogs as well, because you're kind of there with them.
They're basically like a glorified holiday video. We come home and we show your mum and my nan and people like that, and they love them. And it makes their day. They really enjoy watching them, and that's really rewarding for us.
So going back to the original question.
Going back to the original question, yes, I video everything, but if I did a group cruise, it would be a mini cruise. We would look into it maybe. We'll let you know in due course. It's something I've thought about quite a lot, and we might do.
I think it'd be nice to do a mini cruise just to get we haven't done group cruise, but we've met a lot of people on cruises, and it feels a bit like a group cruise sometimes. So it probably would be really nice to do.
Yeah, especially
Would you recommend P&O Ventura for a short cruise in February?
Yes.
It's got a covered pool as well, isn't
Ventura
it?
would be perfect for February. She's got a glass covered roof. She's got a glass house. That's fantastic. It's also really worth, if the weather's great, or even if you're in port, just walking out on we call it the beak or the clamshell. It's brilliant. You can do a Titanic moment. You can put your arms out and you're literally right at the prow of the ship. It's brilliant. But Ventura is a lovely ship. It's got a Sindhu. It's got an Epicurean. It's got a glass house. Hasn't got a crow's nest, but it has got is it Metropolis or Planet Bar?
Right at the back,
right at the back at the top. That's brilliant. It's a lovely ship. Really like Ventura. So yeah, I definitely, and that time of year would be fine, given that you can go inside.
Cheers, guys. Thanks. Okay. Right, Lizzie. Yeah, she's coming on a mini cruise with us. That'd be cool. So I think we probably will call it a night there, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm just going through my notes of what I made. It was like really bad. There's no more questions coming in, is there? No, that's cool. So what have we got planned coming up?
Basically just Regal at the moment.
So
like so we had Mexico. That's gone.
Our latest video was Sky Princess episode 1.
Yeah.
You're working on episode 2 now.
Episode 2 is ready as a video. It just needs some voicing over just to tie in some few loose ends. Episode 3 I've started it actually this morning. But I think I'm going to hit a point where I'm going to obviously then have to go on Regal.
So if you haven't subscribed to us, please do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment.
So I think we'll probably call it a night there, and just really appreciate everybody who's joined us. Thank you for sticking with us as well.
Thank you for the what do you call
and
it?
Super Chats.
That's it. The Super Chat.
They were amazing. We weren't expecting them.
No.
No. So thank you. And I think you got your little yellow hand to wave us off.
Oh yes, Gavin made me get banana fingers hands, especially for this. Although, fun fact, I can't stand sponge. And do you know what's going? Sometimes it goes through me, sometimes it doesn't. Tonight it's going through me. It's like really, I have to be really thing with it. But
so anyway, thank you very much for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it.
Enjoy your weekend.
Bye.
Thanks.